What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 15, I think, of Smiles for Miles. It's me, Smiles, and like I said, we got a host. Well, I'm sorry, not a host, obviously. You got the host, you got me. We got a special guest this week. We got my man, Ryan McMahon, Birdhouse. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me to chat a little bit, have a beer, have a wine.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So first, I just want to apologize to everybody that's listening in, because I know last week I said I was going to have a guest. Everything was lined up, and then as last minute could be, they couldn't make it. So I tried doing a podcast by myself, but I had everything planned for a guest, and it was 15 minutes of garbage that nobody needs to see. So we just scrapped it last week, coming through with an awesome guest this week, hopefully awesome conversation. So what's up, man? What have you been up to?
I've been pretty much this, Zoom meetings, phone calls, and that it doesn't really get any more exciting than that, you know?
Yeah.
My life has really consisted of like waking up, checking my emails, literally hopping on a phone call, making coffee, and then just repeat the whole day.
Yeah.
So
that's what's up, bro. But that's a good problem to have, though. Like,
yeah, I'm very thankful, especially like during this time. Like a lot of people not a lot of people are working now, but like a lot of people didn't have jobs, or like things really slowed down. In a way, for me, it kind of sped up, because with like the online marketing and like social media stuff I do for people, it that was like the biggest need at the beginning for musicians and artists in quarantine. It was just like, yo, we fucking need just help. Everybody needed live streams.
Well, because everything went digital. Like not that everything wasn't going digital, but it like 100% everything digital now.
Exactly. Like if you weren't on all the platforms, if you weren't doing everything, you were already behind. And then once the lockdown hit, it was like, if you're not on it now, you better learn, because So that happened 100 miles an hour.
What have you been doing for artists as far as interacting with, like as far as like ways for them or help for them to interact with fans? Because I know, you know, when quarantine first, because we're coming up on like, it's like a year of quarantine, I think, right?
End of like probably in a
February,
week.
The end of February, they said it was like the 15 days or whatever to stop it or something. So
all the kids from spring break were like, oh, sick, we get an extra week of spring break. And it's like, or make it a whole year, why not?
I remember because I don't watch the news or whatever, and I remember people going like, oh, the coronavirus. I was like, bro, chill. It's gonna be like, what was it, the swine flu and H1N1. I was like, it's a little bit of scare and it's over. And I remember somebody was like, bro, they canceled the NBA. And I was like, oh shit,
it's over. It's over.
It's over. If they cancel the NBA, it's done. But when everything first started popping off with, okay, we got to do it all online now. Everybody was saying live stream. And then Instagram started cracking down on the live streams because you can't do copyrighted music, you know? And I think a lot of people in general, like the live stream just doesn't work for some people. You know what I mean? So what have you been doing for the artists? So I guess, how many artists are you really working with right now, to give people kind of an idea? First, let's back it up. I apologize. Let's break down what you do for people.
Yeah. So first and foremost, and like my main goal is an artist manager for music artists and that stuff. So I'm always working towards, I work with my baby development project, my favorite artist in the world, Maya Delilah. She's from London, England. Killer guitarist, killer singer, killer songwriter. So like I've been helping develop her and manage her, take her to where she wants to be. I just picked up a new artist I found, started working with her. Her name's Mihal Leia. She's from Boston. Beautiful voice. So that's like my passion, is like helping develop an artist and get them where they want to be. So that's one side of it. The other side is like I do social media marketing, digital marketing, just literally anything social media. I help a ton of artists out, whether it's just taking one-off calls with them, helping them monthly, helping them set up for releases, that whole 9 yards. So that's a lot of where my day consists. And then like other little odd jobs fill in the gaps when I'm
Uh-huh.
doing that.
So, okay, so to bring it back then, when COVID hit and now like continuing in or whatever, what are you doing, or what kind of direction or help are you giving, suggesting for digital interaction for your artists?
Yeah, so that's interesting because artists will come to me and like, okay, well, I need to get more followers, need to get more engagement. Like, what's the secret? And it's like, yes, I know I've learned a lot from what I do and just doing what I do. But at the end of the day, there's no secret. It's like every artist is different. Every artist has to go at their own
For sure.
marketing different. And the main thing I tell everybody is just like consistency. If you're not being consistent, you're
Yeah.
you're behind. You're not going to work. Um, so it's just like I really enjoy learning about an artist when I first meet them, and it's not just like, hey, hire me and I'll help you do this. It's like, no, let's hop on a call. Let me help you out for a week and let's chat about what we can do. And then from there,
Right.
like if you like what you're doing, I like what I'm doing. I like you as an artist. I like you as a person. Let's continue this. Let's do this because I believe in you. You believing in you as in like a person, your brand, and your music. So it all
Uh,
has to come together because there's some people where it's just like I'm not supporting the music, or it's like it's just you don't have the social media side of thing. You just don't have the personality for it, or you're not willing to do it. I don't mean that in a harsh way. It's just everybody's different, and for me to learn about them, I can help them build the best approach for them, if that makes
right. Yeah. And I definitely think that it's, not a good idea to look for like what's the secret or
sense.
whatever, you know. But like, so like for me at least, uh what I've seen and what I've seen, with a few artists that I've talked to kind of like, that they want some help or whatever. And um I feel like you know, it depends in your genre, but like in the rap field, more so, like Trillers, I always suggest like make a Triller, not even a Triller account, post it to your Instagram, you
Yeah,
know.
just
But
use
like
it to make content.
weekly Trillers, yeah, TikToks. And I know you gave me the idea, which is, you know, I implement it very poorly in my own, music career, but like for other artists, I definitely am good at telling them. Um, get TikTok and don't like push your music. Just don't push your music on TikTok.
Be yourself.
And that, like, I feel like that's like a every successful artist, like, and when I would read interviews with them and they would say like, how do you, everybody for upcoming artists, what would you say? And they always would say, just be yourself. As cliche as it sounds or whatever, as dumb as it sounds, be yourself. And like social media, especially TikTok, um, being yourself is now, like you said, some people don't have the personality for it or whatever, but like, you know, being vulnerable now, I
Yeah.
think is even more like, it's expected, at a certain level. Like,
Yeah, and I don't even want to say like people that don't have a personality. I don't mean that harshly, but like, okay, here we go. It's like if you're not the best in front of a camera, there's ways around that. Maybe you're really good at production. Maybe you're really good. You sample loops and you do live loops. Maybe that's what you put out and show the world. You show the world that talent, and you mix those talents in with things going on in the world, whether it's a funny meme audio clip or a news clip or a trending song. Like if you're chopping up beats and remixing them, do that, put it online because it's something people can relate to. And
mhm.
it's also something that like you're really good at. So it adds those two things together and like, boom, that's what I love doing is getting to know someone. Cause then it's like, hey, take these two things. This is popular and you're good at this. Put it together. People enjoy it. I'm going to turn off my notifications here. This is just getting annoying.
That's so good.
But back to
And
what you were saying with the live streams. I am very in between on those because at the very beginning, everybody was doing them. It was like,
right.
here's how you get music out. It's just like a live show. And it's like, it's great. And it was great at the beginning. And it still is great, but it's lost its value. It's not the same. And
Yeah.
then a lot of these bigger companies, which I respect them for doing, but like they started doing ticketed live shows online. And it's like, it's great. But at the end of the day, unless you're really, really a fan of that artist, you're either gonna just join someone else's live stream that's free, or you'll wait for more clips to be posted that they just post later. It's
Right.
not gonna be necessarily, unless you're like Post Malone, unless you're, someone big that can really pull an audience, it's your Instagram live stream's the same thing.
Right.
The other thing I noticed was the retention on live streams online is not long.
Not long at all.
The one artist I manage, Mihal Leia, she does it very well. She goes live on TikTok a lot, and she gets a lot of viewers, a lot of interaction, which is great. And she'll sing a verse and a chorus of a song and then talk. She'll engage, she'll give her personality. And that is so valuable nowadays online.
Yeah.
It's not just like nowadays, we have social media. You're not just going to a record label, showing them your music, being like, oh, that's really good, we can sell this. No, it's like your personality's out there for the world to see. People need something to bite into and cling on to. And that personality online is almost more important than the music sometimes.
I was gonna say it's with the social media, and it's crazy because some people, like Playboy Cardi, right? His online persona, same with Kendrick, is so minimal and it's so mysterious. They pretty much don't exist online, but when they post,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole world stops and pays attention to it. Unfortunately, if you're not Kendrick or you're not Playboy Cardi or you're not an artist of that caliber, like you just don't have that luxury.
Exactly.
Like that's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I know some artists that go like that's how they move, like, and they're just not big social media people, which is fine because some people, like, if you're really big, like, it doesn't even have to be rap like in the streets, but like if you're just big, like by word of mouth, if people just know who you are outside of social, which a lot of artists do.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah, exactly. But you got to build that up somehow. And
and that's the thing is, and especially if you want to take it to like a label or a professional level, you want to book shows. Even you can't book shows just because people like me. A lot of people, you have to nowadays, you like have to be able to prove, and what's wild to me is I do a lot of sessions with people that like I don't know who they are, not in a rude way or whatever, but like I just haven't heard of them before. And
yeah,
I just check my DMs. Somebody's like, yo, I heard about you through so-and-so. Can I book? Sure. And like, I can't. It's so funny. It's like, be authentic on the internet, but be on the internet a lot so that people know who you are, so that and you have to have this like clout. You kind of have to have a certain level of like, if you see an artist with less than 10,000 followers, you're kind of like, like 5,000 is kind of the minimum, right?
Exactly.
5,000.
But then and that's the tricky part, because there are some artists that have 10, 15,000 followers that are crushing it, but they don't have the followers. Then there's people I see that have 100,000 followers, but their streams are shit. And it's like, it depends on their demographic in that sense. Where how old are your fan base? Where's your fan base from? Are they listening on the radio? Are they listening just through streams? Are people hearing your song in, what the hell is the show? Are they hearing your song on Love Island? Are they finding it that way? Like, where are they finding your music and how are they accessing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, social media, it really is it's different for everyone, and it's so hard for people to just be like, hey, do this and it'll work, because it's not like that. What one artist does will not work for the other. You can take parts of it in little bits and pieces and kind of add it together to shape your own, but at the end of the day, like, you got to post 100 times. It's like on TikTok, you're going to post 100 times and 90 of them aren't going to work, but those 10 that do really work, you're going to gain a lot of fans from it. And then you just have to take those 10, dissect it, and be like, okay, what do I do? Exactly. And like, okay, this worked. I did this. I was doing this here, put it all together and start building off of that content.
Right. Yeah, no, I think, social media, I don't know. It's just crazy how big of a factor it's become in everything. But for the people that might not be the, artists on the forefront, or because like, I like talking to everybody, and it's at the point like where, you're surrounded by, I'm sure it's the same for you, you're surrounded by music so much. I love talking to people that like don't give a fuck about music. You know
Honestly,
what I mean? Like
yeah.
people that do their own thing that are like, I gotta like like my one boy works for Tesla, right? That he actually, this is not Kai, but I think he knows Kai, but uh works for Tesla. Dude doesn't care anything about music, Like another one of my friends works at Barnes and Noble. He's a manager at Bar. He doesn't know. He listens to like Morrissey. Like that's all he knows. He
Yeah.
doesn't know anything else or whatever. And I
Right.
love talking
Like,
with those people
yeah.
and people that are trying to do their own thing. So I'd like to, for the podcast, like I really kind of like to expand it to just anybody that's doing
Yeah.
and like an independent hustle.
Yeah. And the other thing is, just bringing it back to music, is like, I kind of see it a lot in rap, is like people are just catering and trying to do things that they know their friends or their peers are doing, when really, like, nowadays as an artist, the world is your market. It's not just like you're rapping to people in Pittsburgh, you're rapping to people in America. Like the world, you're on the internet, you have the world at your fingertips, and you need to realize that, like, you don't just want other people that are obsessed with rap or other rappers or other hip hop
Exactly.
to be into your music. You want people, everyday people, to be into your music, because those are the people that are gonna kind of show their friends they're just into the music. They're not into the business or the creating.
Right.
And
Right.
like it's just that the world is your market, and that's what a lot of I don't want to say fail to realize, but don't take advantage of.
It's definitely something. And like I was saying, like trying to expand, like in all fields, I feel like that's something that people don't realize. People, I think, focus, like, even though we have the internet and we have this power, people, I think, still focus on, like the old ways of doing things. Like I gotta be famous or get big in my hometown first. Like, I'll be honest with you, my streams for this project that I just put out, okay, honestly, it's got to be maybe 20% are from Pittsburgh, maybe 20, might be less, might be more, but I guarantee you it's not over 30.
Yeah, and that's good in a way. You don't.
It is,
There's
and
more,
and it's like some city in Canada, like by Winnipeg, is like my most streamed for it. I've got Denver, Colorado, someplace in Minnesota, Wisconsin, like, and I think it is most definitely, especially in rap. And people, again, across the board have a tendency, I think, to like follow trends or follow what they think is safe or what they like, because you, as people, if you know something works, like it works. Why? And I think that's how people see it. And it's like, because I always tell people, like, I love capitalism so much. Like, I love the shit out of capitalism. But at the same time, when it gets involved with art, with something that like I really believe is art form, you know what I'm saying? Like with music, especially if you look at rap, like art is like its own thing, and when you have art, you can experiment, you can take your time with it, you can create. But when it becomes like a commodity, like now that there's money in it, like there's money in rap, people just look at how can I copy what is successful, and which works in like a free market in capitalism, but in art, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and the other thing, like, I see what you're saying, because people just going into it and they're thinking like, oh, just write the banger and then make money on it. Where it's like, there's an art to the business of it too. There's an art to the you put yourself out there. I think marketing's such an interesting and beautiful thing, like the way people do things and like the way you just display your music. Like there's so many unique ways to do it, and everybody just goes down the same rabbit hole of like, oh well, I'm gonna do it this, and this. It's like, no, the world is an open book. You could, like, if you're an acoustic singer and you live in a big city like New York or LA, where there's like Ed Sheeran's coming to town in the summer, you have Shawn Mendes coming in the summer, you have Taylor Swift, like all those people are coming through, and you're a 17-year-old guy or girl walk around, play your guitar in the line, like in the line of you. Just sing to people. Who's doing that? No.
Right.
There's one thing to like busk on the street and get tips, but it's another thing to like walk up to people and introduce yourself and just like, I'm going to sing you a song. Sing them 30 seconds of a song, throw them a business card or a sticker with your handle on it, and on to the next. It's like there's so many unique ways to do things that no one else is doing.
And I feel like that's a fantastic idea, by the way. So if you guys are listening, do that. But like,
it's endless. It really is.
And well, and it's always, you know, like when I watch cartoons or TV shows in general, when they have like the characters on their cell phones and texting and using apps that are popular, it always bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're dating yourself. Because in 15 years, this joke will not be funny, right? Because nobody's going to know what Vine was 30 years. You know what I'm saying? No, not nobody. But you know what I'm saying? It's not going to hit. I think there's something to be said and something that is really missed, not like skipped over. You know what I mean? People really skip over like the simplest, classic, most straightforward ways. You know what I mean? Like just singing in front of somebody, walking up and singing, bro. You can't get more simple than that, bro.
Exactly.
Like, it's direct. It's right there.
Especially if you have the voice and the talent to back it up too. Then you got
exactly. And that's something I even, as far as when I like talk to artists about promoting videos or promoting content, especially, you know, in the rap field, if you really can like spit, like if you really can rap and you're not just like more melodic or like a party kind of rapper, I always tell people, I'm like, bro, put a freestyle of you rapping to a hot beat once a week.
Just throw it on
pick whatever song is hot that week. Rap over the beat.
Yeah.
Bro, people go crazy. Do it. And I think, you know, something that I preach on the podcast is like just showing up, like just consistency, just show up, just do it. Even like, bro, like I'm learning guitar right now so that like I can use it for when I make my own beats. I don't need samples and everything. I'm not good, you know, but I know that I'm not good and I'm okay with that. But I practice for like 30 minutes to an hour every single day. And I know 6 months from now, practicing for 30 minutes to an hour every single day, I'm going to be light years ahead of where I thought I was. But like, it's something that you just have to push through like the shitty beginning of things. And I think a lot of people, when you don't see any progress for a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're like, it's not working. I quit. You know, but it's like month 4, month 5 that's when you start seeing the results.
Yeah, it might take 2 years. Who knows?
It might. Yeah.
I like what you said though. Just show up. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of people that do things real quick and for a hot second, and it's like, oh, well, I tried. And it's like, sure, you tried. But then the next guy who wants it was also trying and they tried more. They tried harder.
Yeah.
Showing up. Yeah, I mean, it's just taking every opportunity. That's my favorite thing is like putting myself in like situations that I'm very uncomfortable with and just seeing what happens. Like, being very nervous of just going into a meeting or like I like shooting a video that I just know I shouldn't be shooting. Like I've never shot this thing before. I'm just like, well, if I don't do it, someone else will. So I'm just going to do it the best I can and figure it out. And it's like, you got YouTube, you got Google, you can learn anything, especially in the creative world. Everybody is sharing tips and knowledge and and it's like, there's no specific way to do something. As long as your end product is good or great or where you want it to be, it doesn't fucking matter how you get there.
Exactly.
Just have a good end product, because everybody's like, oh, you need to use Pro Tools or you need to use Ableton or use Logic. And it's like, no, you could use Fruity Loops. You could use your cell phone. You could anything as long as the product is good.
Exactly. And because people always will tell me like, bro, you need to upgrade your setting. You need, I need a better laptop. I need better speakers. And it's like, not that it's not true. Sure, I would love to have it. And I do. But like, here's the thing. I make it sound good now. Like I make it work because I don't have time to wait around, because you're right. If I don't do it, somebody else is going to do it better than me, you know, or somebody else will just do it as good as me because I'm not doing it.
The only reason they got better than you is just by doing it more.
Kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and no, I love that. Like you said, being uncomfortable or whatever. When I first started mixing, like I used to enjoy being like the smartest kid in class. Like, and it's not like I'm not trying to brag or whatever, like, but school was just super easy for me. I never paid attention.
You would always fucking what was it? Review my papers. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I'd have that. Like essays and I'd be like, yo, can you help me? Like, got you. 10 minutes, like you're good. Like,
yeah. And so I enjoyed that, right? Like when I was in high school, it was fun, but now that I actually want to learn and want to grow.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me happier than being the dumbest person in the room, because it's just that much more knowledge I can soak up.
Yeah.
Like I want to be at the bottom now. And when I first started recording, I sat in with my homie who like put me on to everything. I sat with him for like 4 sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just went in my first session, I will never forget, it was like 4-hour session, and these dudes pulled up. It was like 4 or 5 dudes deep. They all came through, they put their guns all on the table. They all had like 2 or 3 guns each. They put everything out on the table. They're smoking, they're like making plays on the phone and everything while the session is, it was just crazy. And they were like, no, you're doing it wrong. Do this, do this, do this. And I was like, I better learn. Like, I better learn really quick how to do this.
Show up.
And like, I love it though. I love it because, you know, like that's the way that's just how I learn best. That's how I learn best, is like putting myself under the gun and like, all right, you better figure it out now. Like there's, you know, there's safety there.
I 100% agree. Like going into situations and literally, I don't want to say I don't know what I'm doing, but there's some new things that I go into, or like, and it might not even be with work, or it might not even be with things I do on the side for side jobs. It's just like anything, like going to a situation where it's like, this is new to me, or like going somewhere where they speak a different language and trying to like conversate and figure things out. It's like, this is new, kind of makes me nervous. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it and make it work.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if you're working with someone that like obviously has experience, asking them questions. I feel like people don't ask questions. Like people refrain from asking questions because they feel like they'll be dumb. It's like, yo, I want to look stupid as fuck. Like answer every question. Like they'll answer every question I have. Like I want to ask so many things. I'm almost borderline annoying, but it's like, yo, if you're here and you are willing to like help me out and like teach me, and you enjoy it, I'm gonna ask you until you can't talk anymore, type of thing. And like,
I feel like I'm annoyed. Like, well, no, yeah, but I feel like I feel the same way. Like I like make a conscious effort to be like, are you asking too many questions right now? Are you annoying this person right now? Because like it's the same way if I'm sitting with you, like, and you know a lot more about something, especially something that I'm interested in, bro. I want to know everything. Just talk to me. Just say anything about this subject so I can soak it up. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And I definitely think people. Good.
I was just gonna say, because like I've had people younger than me asking me things now, and it's like it makes me feel so good. And like I was lucky enough, people older than me gave me an opportunity. I have mentors and stuff, and it's like they gave me that.
Yeah.
I can just do that for as many people younger than me. I feel great because I know they are at least getting advice and asking questions that they had or they might not have known before, and no one's told them before.
Yeah. And I try to tell my friends and like younger people that I know that like ask questions. If you see somebody on Instagram and you think, man, they've got 15,000 followers and they're verified, you know, like they'll never respond to me, you know, because I'll see like an engineer does something or whatever. And I'm like, how does he do that? Bro, just DM them. What's the worst thing that could happen? They don't respond. You go about your life exactly like you were. Like
they read it and
the odds are the odds are they'll answer you. And if they don't answer you, even better odds are somebody on the internet has already answered the question. Like when I started like learning mixing and production and stuff, like it's funny, I was in the studio with this girl and she was like, I'm trying to learn how to do all this myself. I want to learn how to record myself, make my beats, da 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 da. She was like, you're real dope. How did you do it? And I was like, or she goes, how long have you been doing it? And I was like, I've been doing it since August. So what is that, like 7 months, 8 months? So, oh, wow, that's dope. Like you're real good for like only like 8 months in. How did you do it? And I was like, I sat on YouTube for 4 months, probably 4 months straight. Every day, I just lived on YouTube looking up like how to make your vocals sound better, how to make your drums hit harder, how do I make this, how do I, you know what I'm saying? Anything, any question, and somebody has a video for it, or somebody will give you the answer for free.
Multiple videos, like you can see how to do it 4 different ways and then pick the best way, or take all of the ways and make it your own way.
Exactly.
It's so sweet, especially like people going into like film and like video and photography. I'm just like, don't waste your time. Like, unless you're trying to be like a playwright or a, what the hell are they calling whoever writes movies, director, screenwriter. Yeah, I'm not that into movies, so I don't know. But like, if you're going for that, okay, that's different. You still don't need it. But like, if you just need to know how to operate a camera and understand different types of shots, and you want to study film, you can watch movies. You can watch people, movie critics. You can watch people talking notes over movies. Like, it's all online. You can build your own critiques. You can build your own style. You can take styles from other things. It's all online. They'll teach you literally how to work a camera from step 1 to like the most deep down, setting up different color logs or whatever, and different frame, everything. It's just there. It's just how much time you put in.
And it's so crazy because, like, one, because of that, I really feel like unless you're going to school for math or sciences, there's no point to go to college. Unless it's a trade school or math or sciences.
Funny you say that, because I feel like being a plumber in the next 10 to 20 years, you're making so much money. A plumber, a roofer, carpenter, trim, HVAC, literally like
anything, bro. People don't know how to take care of themselves or physical things anymore. And it's you know what? I was watching this one podcast, and like a snippet of a podcast, and they were interviewing this guy, and he was saying that like women are saying that they, like when women are looking for a husband. Now, this isn't like women that you want to marry, but like when you ask women out there, they're saying like, I need a man that makes $70K a year. I need a man that does this and drives this kind of car or whatever. And when they ask these girls, like, now say if he was a plumber, would you date him or would you go? No.
It's even though a plumber makes $120 a year,
way more.
Yeah.
They're going to say no, because it's the type of job. And I really think that people people just, dirty work anymore is disgusting to people, bro. I love dirty work. Nothing makes me happier than when you come home and you're just like, you're grimy, you're nasty, you take a shower and you grab a cold beer or whatever it is, bro. It's the best feeling in the whole world.
Dude, I did concrete work junior year of high school up until probably
I remember that
4 years. And it was
I remember that.
I would work all summer and just get paid fair amount for being 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I ended up being the foreman of the crew because I was the only guy that wasn't on drugs or wasn't fucking off every day.
Yeah.
Like, I showed up on time. I did my work. I made enough money. Obviously, I was in high school. I was still at my parents' house, or I was in college. So I was living at school, whatever. So I didn't have like a bunch of fucking payments and shit. But I was making enough money throughout the summer to have play money throughout the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, especially even in college, it was nice. Drinking, going out with buddies, going on trips and stuff. Like, it paid me well enough to do all that. And it's like, I put in the hard work. It fucking paid off. I couldn't even imagine how much I'd be making now if I was still doing concrete. I'd be running. I would have probably started my own business. Like, I don't know, but like, there's so much money there, and there's so little people doing it, and it's just like, it's only going to get higher and higher. And then the other thing is, like, a lot of people are getting into real estate. It's genius. But all these real estate owners own anywhere from 2 to 500 houses. You find a guy that owns 60 houses in your area and you just say, I'll do the plumbing for all of them, just contract me for all of them. You have steady income every month. And
Yep.
that could be your only job. And then you take one-off jobs and you're making an extra $400 a weekend. It's like, dude, that's a pretty good gig.
Yeah. That's something I try to like I've been working on a lot, is trying to get myself, like, getting my side hustles to supplement all of my payments for the month, so that my main money is now just like straight into the savings, like straight into everything. And February is the first month where I took care, like, all of my payments, everything I needed to pay was taken care of strictly off working in the studio.
That's awesome.
Like,
Congrats, man.
bro, and thank you. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm so happy. Like, and it's crazy, like, just showing up, sticking with it, everything like that. Bro, when we first started, like when I first started making music, when we were recording it, like at your dorm room in Point Park, like recording on GarageBand or whatever, and it was absolute, just, I was horrible.
Just YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube beats and everything, and like, but it just is so crazy, like seeing that, and like, you know, everybody that I was friends with that was making music at the time, not everybody, obviously, because you're still doing it, Steve is still doing it, Dylan's still doing it, but like, as far as like on not our circle, like my rap circle, like just everybody I was rapping with at the time, everybody that was so serious, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go big. Every single one of them, except that I can think of one, quit. Every single one of them. And like, the one homie, he does drywall now. The other one just builds houses in general. The other one lays concrete, like all amazing jobs. They got a wife and a kid now. They're all doing great and everything.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, at least, like high school, kind of homies or whatever, which is good for them, but like,
it's not easy,
bro,
music at all.
I couldn't imagine another. I just, when this hit me, and it was like, bro, I could do this. There's no boss. Nobody's going to tell you when to clock in. You make the hours. People report to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Yeah.
I was just even having the freedom to do it, and like, like I couldn't see anything else, and sticking with it. And now seeing how things pay off, it's just like, I don't know. You just got to trust the process.
Yeah. And you just got to actually want it. Cause like, everybody wants it to some extent, no matter what it is, but there's a lot of people that want to be artists. And it's like, I just remember I forget who told me, it might've been like one of my coaches or something, but he's like, there's always someone working harder than you. So it's like, well, okay, well, just gotta keep working. I don't know. Just keep doing things. And I think we were lucky growing up with like the crew we did, is like such diverse music. Like there was metal, there was rap, there was punk, there was indie rock, there was acoustic, there was electric. It was like literally every type of music. That's another thing I feel like a lot of artists just underestimate, is like your local music scene and being diverse in it. Like I would play in metal shows, then I would go with you and I'd do rap shows. Like I would play play punk shows, I played indie shows, like acoustic. I've done it all. And I think that just helped me make more connections, make more friends, diversify my music taste and my interests, and just help me understand, especially when it comes to marketing, different avenues to do, because some things metal bands do could work really well with an acoustic artist marketing. Like all these little things that I just picked up on along the way. And it's like, I just see, I don't know, like nowadays, everybody's music taste is a lot more diverse because of the internet.
Right.
But I don't know, back in high school, everybody was like, because I was even kind of like it when I played in the metal band. I was like, metal, that's all I fucking listen to. That's all I do. And then like towards my senior year of high school, I was like, what am I fucking doing? Like I was playing an orchestra and I finally was like, no, this shit's really cool. And I did chorus. I was like, this is also fucking really cool. And the metal band, I fucking love that too. Like that's always a passion of mine. It was just fun doing all that. And it just kind of all came together. Like, why am I being so closed-minded? Like I am obsessed with musicals. I love ballets. I got into watching ballet just because of the music, because of Philip Glass specifically. And it's like, all music is good. It's just like how you interpret it. I mean, I could say that it's kind of just my opinion, but at the end of the day, like metal music is just blues music. Rap music is just kind of blues and jazz with some drum beats kind of built up behind it. It all comes from
Right.
the roots of things, but like all music has basically the same instruments, just arranged in a different pattern.
Right.
And the songs, they're all just kind of stories rearranged in different wordings. I don't know. I just think being open to every type of music it's allowed me, and I think it makes me a better person. Not saying I'm better than anybody, but for me personally, I feel like I enjoy more things in life, and just I'm better for myself because I can enjoy all different types of music, which opens me up to different cultures and different things where it's just like, this is so sick. There's so much to like about things, so much to love about things. And it's not only with music, but it's with food. It's with different types of books and movie. I don't really watch movies, but like different things, just opening up and like enjoying them for what they are instead of trying to criticize and say, oh, I could have did it better, or like this person's better at it. It's like, yeah, maybe they are, but this person has their own look on it and this person did it their own way. And that's cool in itself. Like they did something that I can't do. That's fucking sick and I appreciate it. I definitely think I just went on. Sorry about that.
No, bro. We're just chilling, bro. It's all right. No, I think keeping that open mind is like, because now like when I'm listening for like, so I try not to use Splice, for my loop beats or anything like that. But like when you make a shitload of loops or a lot of beats, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna splice some samples. But
great shit. They really
do.
Some of the top songs have Splice clips in them.
What'd you say?
Some of the top songs out there, Billboard charting songs, a lot of them have Splice.
A ton of them have Splice clips. So I don't like when people say that it's cheating. It's just like, bro, it's not. It's only cheating if you don't actually know how to make a beat and you just took a Splice clip and then a hi-hat loop and then a bottom loop.
If you're
threw that shit on there,
Splice loops, and I mean, it is what it is. But if you make a hit song with it, at the end of the day,
well, yes,
it's a little different. I don't know, but I get what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. Where was I even going with all of this?
You kind of use Splice here and there.
Splice here and there, yeah. Try not to. I don't even know. When I'm looking for loops on like YouTube or whatever, or looking for samples, like songs that I could use as samples, nothing gets me more excited than like, bro, like waking up at 6 a.m. I'll do my stretches or whatever. Just like, so I don't know if I told you I got a herniated disc. I went to the doctor and I got a herniated disc. I got to go get an MRI and everything.
Oh, you've been doing yoga?
What?
Is that why you've been doing yoga?
Yeah.
Is that helping?
It's what my physical therapist has like been telling me to do or whatever. But I've been doing yoga every day. So it's like, it helps, but it's not going to cure the problem. I already know. So, it is what it is. I just do it because it helps me get through the day. And if I'm sitting in the studio, bro, like I can't sit. If I sit more than 2 hours, I got to stand up and like lean against the wall or like touch my toes for like a minute. It's bad.
I sit on this couch or at my desk. It's like I'm going crazy. Like normally I get to be out and around, traveling to different cities and doing shit. But since I'm like trapped in here, I literally sit on my couch all day or in my desk. And it's like I have to get out, but it's been so shitty. And I live in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
So I don't want to walk through the fucking snow. It's been hard.
Well, what's crazy is, so I've been just like, well, wait, what was I going to say? What I was going to say is, as far as appreciating everything, like when I listen for samples, nothing gets me more excited than up early in the morning and listening to like, I'll just type in like Russian psychedelic rock. And you just like go through that, or you go like, I love like Italian music from like the 40s and 50s and just whatever, just like different stuff like that. I love listening to it. But yeah,
there's elements.
What were you just saying?
There's elements of all of that just like, there's little things that like, oh, the way they're picking this guitar and the way they do that, like that could fit really well with this style beat, or like this snare drum pattern, or however.
Or even just appreciating it for what it is, like appreciating that, like, okay, this song is ridiculously slow. Even when I find it and I'm like, I can't sample it, it just doesn't, it's not a good song for sample, but like listening to what other people do and other people create, man, it puts you in a whole different headspace. I think that is super helpful, you know?
Yeah, and that's back to the point of like just us growing up with like a cool friend group that literally was like all friends were into different shit, and it's like very thankful for that.
Yeah.
And it's
It
like
is beautiful because it's like, what do we have now? Like, okay, we got a heavy metal artist, we got music manager, we got a model, we got electronic slash whatever, Steve production artist, we,
production songwriter, yeah, like
Jerry doing country, I'm doing rap,
and rap.
we we got, I
Dylan
mean,
doing
everything.
insane shit, yeah. Dylan's a phenomenal jazz
Dylan,
guitarist.
so
Phenomenal.
good.
Um, yeah, it's just so cool to see all these different people doing these different things, and then like
Yeah.
meeting people along the way that like I've met people across the world that are just doing such cool shit. Like I work with this one artist in Australia who's like this vibey, and not bedroom pop, but like indie, just rock pop style. That's just like a super just modern vibe. Like Maya in London, she fucking rips a guitar, and she wears like girly girl dresses and like is just like a girly girl, but then when she plays guitar, it's like not your stereotypical thing. And it's like she I admire her a lot in the way she plays guitar and is a role model in a way for younger girls that are like they want to wear dresses, they want to be all that type of girl and still play guitar. And I'm not saying that like you have to be a certain type of girl, but I know a lot of girls get made fun of, like she gets made fun of a lot, or people talk shit on her and say really sexist shit because it's like, oh, you
Oh,
don't.
for real?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're like, oh, why don't you put your guitar down and get a boyfriend? And she's just like, fuck you, like. And I'm like, yes, this is awesome, go Maya, support you. But it's just so cool meeting these different people doing different things, and like
Yeah.
they all inspire me to just do more.
Yeah. And that was one of my goals for 2021 that I wrote. Like, I really like wrote my goals this year and broke them down into
You take it like
like the
macro,
steps.
you make it micro.
Right. How am I gonna get, like, because it's, you see, how many people do you know that write get a Lamborghini is my goal for the year? Okay, how are you gonna get $250,000? The real question is not how are you gonna get a Lamb, how are you gonna get $250,000?
Plus
That's how you gotta get,
insurance.
plus insurance, plus the what do they call it, a luxury tax, which is like
Yeah.
50% or something outrageous. But with that, so it's like, okay, one of my goals this year was to find 4 new artists that I could really help like develop. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That like I want to do something, that the artist is like, I want to do something and I need, just like whatever. And like I started working with this girl yesterday. I think the session was yesterday or 2 days ago, I forget. But bro, phenomenal. Like great singer, R&B, over like trap-esque kind of beats. And yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, people throw a lot of shit because she's a lesbian. And people have their comments or whatever they have to say, but it's just like she makes fire ass music. Like,
Exactly. It's like, and it's a great role model for other younger women that want to do that same thing. It's like she's doing it, and like she shouldn't have to take shit for it, but there's always going to be shit, and you can't deny
right.
that. You can't be like, oh well, no, she shouldn't be made fun of, and like she shouldn't. But either way, whoever is doing what, like there's gonna be shit. You're gonna be made fun of. You're not gonna have a good
Yeah.
day some days, and it's really cool to see people overcoming that and being role models for other people.
Hell yeah. And that's something and I know, like, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like a dick about it. Like, I want to be a role model for people. But at the same time, like, when, people come in and be like, bro, I want to learn how to do this. So obviously, like, bro, like, you want to learn how to be an engineer, sure. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, screen recording stopped. Has stopped due to fail to activate phone. Oh, my dad's calling.
Oh,
You know what?
we'll edit that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to decline that call. Hang on, bro. I gotta throw the thing up now. And
You're good. I'm still.
oh, fuck it. You're recording. You'll just have to send me the recording and I'll edit it out or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I literally have absolutely no idea what we were talking about.
God damn. Recording.
Don't matter.
Oh.
It don't matter. Here we go.
No, you're just
right, listen.
like, you don't want to be a fucking, you don't want to be like, oh, I want to be a role model.
Oh, yeah.
My thing is, like, I look at it the same way. It's like, I don't strive to be a mentor or any of this. It's just like, if I can help someone get to where they want to be, I'm here to help you. Ask me all the questions in the world, and as much time as I have, I will give. And it's who knows? One day I could be working for them, or they could be working for me. Either way, one day they could be the best at what they're doing.
Yeah.
I help them get there. That's great, because that's a good friend and a good connection I've made.
Right. I think I saw it. I think it was Young Thug. I was watching something, and Young Thug said, like, I don't know what he said. It was somebody was like, there's enough money to go around. And I think that, like, people really don't understand, like, how, and it's not even necessarily about money, you know, in the sense of like millions of dollars, but it's just like being able to survive off of your passion, off of music. I think, and again, especially in the rap field, it's so funny because, like, my dream is to branch out into like the pop field, into the R&B field, you know, and I've been doing more R&B, but it's still, you know, in Pittsburgh, it's a very small percentage of people that are doing R&B.
Yeah.
And good and taking it serious, you know.
Exactly.
But that's my dream, is to work with like pop and R&B artists. That sound is just so dope to me.
Yeah, that's the I don't say I hate a lot, but it's like there's, when people tell me they don't like pop music, I'm just like, do you just not like pop music because the persona around it, or do you just not like the music? Because, like,
well, I feel like
the art.
If you say you don't,
if
you don't like, good.
I was just saying, the art in making a good pop song is very hard. Like, making a fucking Billboard hit pop song is very hard. It's not
very
easy.
difficult.
There's probably anywhere from 5 to 10 writers on each one of those songs, which is like,
Right.
that's when there's a bunch of shit there, but like, it's not just like you write it and it's a hit. Like, there's,
well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people forget that, and they're like, oh, and it's like, listen. There's 5 to 10 people that have spent their whole life learning how to do this, writing once. Now, I get that back in the day, Led Zeppelin, Queen, name any rock band or whatever, they wrote it and they did everything themselves.
And then though, there was still like the Beatles, the fifth Beatle. There was a guy that wrote all their music with them. It's like, he's not really spoken about, but guess what? He made a lot of fucking money.
Wait a minute, there's not somebody that wrote all of the songs with the Beatles?
Not all of it, but there's a fifth guy who helped write a lot of their music.
Really?
Yep.
Who? Google that shit, because I never heard of somebody that, because I know Paul and John wrote like pretty much everything. Who's the fifth Beatle? George. What's his name? George Martin? What's his name? Something Martin?
Where is it? I can't spell. George Martin, yeah.
He was their manager, though.
An English record producer, arranger, composer, conductor, audio engineer, and musician. Referred to as the Beatle in reference to his existence. In 1956, he produced the well-known children's song. Why am I reading that?
Okay, well, all right.
Yeah, he helped them in a lot of sessions and done a lot of things, but it's gone on forever.
Yeah.
At the end of the
And
day,
I think,
like, pop music is like, especially nowadays, like Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia album. I think that's genius.
yeah,
All of it. Like the guy who did production on that, like in like rap and pop, all music is getting back to like a full live band. Like there's guitars, there's drums, there's bass on stage,
yes.
all shows. And I think that's so fucking sick.
I absolutely love it, man. Because like I'm gonna be honest with you, I was actually just thinking about it the other day. It's like rap is like the one genre of show that I never really care to go see. Who
Yeah.
cares? Rap shows suck unless they got a live band.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it so much more fun. I did see TDE. What was
Yes, I saw them at or the outdoor.
Stage AE, yeah, in like 2013 or 2014, maybe.
Oh, I just saw them. I just saw them like 2 years ago. They came and they played. What's the outdoor place? The big one.
Stage AE. Oh no,
No,
Burgettstown. I think it's
Fergustown. Yeah,
whatever the pavilion's called.
Starlight.
It used to be
Or
Starlight. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
they killed it. They did a good job.
I saw them. It was Absol, J Rock, Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, and is there one more?
No, that was probably it at the time.
I think that was it. Yeah, it was really
Maybe
good.
Isaiah Rashad or something.
I'm not sure, but it was really good. But it was the same thing as like it was a rap show. There wasn't a live band or anything, but still, they're a pretty entertaining crew. The only other thing with rap, I don't mean to pick sides here, but the fans at rap shows are nothing like the fans at a metal show. Like everyone thinks metal is oh, they're so aggressive. It's like, yeah, people are moshing and shit, but like they're the metal fans are the nicest people I've ever met in a music setting. In just about any genre. When you go to a rap show, and everybody just cares about themselves and getting to the front.
Well, that's the thing, and you know, I don't know what it is. Like rap music, okay, you feel successful, you feel like a badass, you feel like nobody can touch you when you're listening to rap, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why it translates in like a bad way to the shows. Like when you go to a rap show, like okay, I have been to way more metal shows than I have been to rap shows. Mm-hmm. And I've been to a lot of rap shows, but I've been to, we knew so many people in metal bands.
Dude, yeah.
That it was just, the amount of shows was insane. And every single one, first off, the fans are more wild. They'll do more crazy stuff to get hyped up. And in rap, literally, rap, it was always this. You stand there with my arm, impress me. Go ahead, impress me. Because I'm the coolest in the room. And until, like, and that was the thing is, like, if you're a fan and you're still sitting there with the attitude of, like, I'm the coolest. But, like, when metal fans come, they're there to turn up. They came to have a good time.
Like, a good time, hang out with their friends, talk with other people with like-minded interests, like music they love, like, and have a good time.
Rap feels very rivalrous. Yeah. I don't know what the word is there, but feels like a rivalry between like the fans and stuff. Like to try to get now that show we played at Boom years and years ago.
Lit. Yeah,
that was lit. But like the majority of shows, people just want to stand there.
Yeah.
And like kind of like look down on you.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is though, but I don't know, whatever. But listen, we go wrap it up here because we're coming up on 9. But yo, thank you so much for coming through, doing the interview. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's good chatting.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And obviously, hopefully we can get a beer soon.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The outside opens up and we can get back to normal things. But other than that, it's been good. I appreciate it.
Word. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming.
Rock and roll, baby. All right.
Peace. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This has been episode whatever of Smiiles. It's me, Smiiles. It's Ryan McMahon. It's Birdhouse. Shout out to you guys. Boom.